Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly live. I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. Today is February 17th. It is what would have been my grandmother's birthday. So it's a happy day. Um, I'm just making sure I know I'm a minute or two late, so I just want to make sure we have everything going correctly. So waiting for my regulars to pop on and let me know that you can hear me and see me, and I'm just getting stuff out of my basket that we're gonna play with today. All right. So I have this new tool called a Stampin Positioner, and that's what we're going to use today. There's different ways of using it. I'm going to show you one of the ways. I kind of showed you, but last week, the week before, a different way of using it. And so I'll probably come up with some sort of video that kind of puts them all together. But for now, we're just kind of doing piecemeal. It is, I'm just seeing here. There's the little thing that comes with it. There we go. It is, I just have to X out of something. There we go. Hey, Nancy. It is it's a stamp positioner tool. And so there's different ones out in the market. Stampin' Up used to have one called the Stamparatus, which I still have, I still use. So this is a different version of a positioning tool, but it's kind of fun. And so I was going to show it to you. The reason why I'm showing it to you now is because you can't buy it, but you can get it for free if you join Stampin' Up during between now and March 2nd. You can get it for free, part of your joining or your starting kit. It's $49, so that's kind of nice right there. And there's a whole bunch of perks and stuff if you join Stampin' Up that you get, as well as just the free tool. And so that's what I'm showing to you now. My guess is Stampin' Up, the official line is it will be available later to purchase. My guess is it will be available in the new annual catalog, which starts in May. So once I know, I'll let you guys know. Hey, Mary Lou. And so that's what we're going to use today. And we're going to use it with a new set, which I realize doesn't go on sale until March, but I think you'll like it. It's one that's a little different than what I usually have because it has animals in it, cats and dogs specifically. But you can get that in March. But you can use the technique I'm going to show you, you can use with any stamps. Um, let's see. Oh, Stampin' Up just announced, so starting tomorrow, so tomorrow it's what, Wednesday, February 18th, the 19th and the 20th is free shipping on orders of $75 or more. And the cool thing about that threshold, I know it's a little high, but the $75 is like that threshold of where you can buy the product of the month for $5. So you can, there's been what, December, January, February, there's been 3 different products of the month. So if you've gotten one, say you got one in December, you got one in January, then you can only buy, if you qualify, you can only buy the one that's offered in February. But if you didn't get the one in either January or December, you have I have to check if it's still available. You have the option of picking any of the ones that they've had. So you have a few choices in there, but you can only get one. So even if you put in like 2 orders, you can only get one. So that's happening the next couple days, and the redemption of your bonus day coupons is happening. And I think that's it for now. So let me go here to my desk here, and I'll show you. Like I said, you get this little, it's kind of funny. You get all these directions, which really aren't directions. They kind of have picture directions, but I'm going to show you. So you get 3 pieces. You get like a big top plate that is the whole size of the bottom plate. You get this little kind of side plate or little plate, and you get 2 magnets, and it comes like this. And there's foam on the back, so it won't really slide at all. And it gives that nice cushion. So when we're using photopolymer stamps, it has that cushion kind of already built in instead of using like a pad on top. The Stamparatus had that pad on top, so this is just kind of built in, so you don't have to worry about it. You have these like, oh, if you can see, they're little notches, or I guess notches go in, they're little bumps, which I'll show you hooks onto your graph paper. And then you have these things, and we're going to use these today. So you have so this is what it comes with, and you can use it just like this, or you have the option Oh, I didn't bring the whole pad, but that's all right. You have the option of purchasing graph paper, and it's specific for this. Not that you can't use it for anything else. It does have metric on one side, imperial on the other, so whichever side that you need. But you see how these have these holes? So these holes will line up with those bumps. So there's a better word. And so that just helps you with the alignment too, because it's always nice to see a straight line for certain things. But you don't have to use a graph paper, but you can. And actually, I know I mentioned last time that you can laminate your graph paper. So that's what I did. Thanks to Mimi. She brought her laminator to club. She let me use it. And so I laminated a graph piece. So these holes, oh, that's all right. I left something downstairs, but we'll just use this one. You still need those holes. So what I did was well, mine always pops out. Here we go. Oh, that's not even the right one. I want this one. My take your pick tool, put it back together, has the piercer. And so all I did was, I'm gonna just use the edge of this. I have one downstairs that I use a lot, but I'm just going to punch my holes in this way. I'll just do all of them. And it does, that's actually what this was created for originally, was to, a piercing mat, was to pierce into it. All right, so now I'll take that off. I'll take a second because you know, I probably should have done it the other way. I will have to push holes going in the opposite direction, which makes sense, but they latch on like that. So then you can use the laminate. So if you wanted to draw on it and then you could wipe it off, or if you just wanted to use it over and over, you can use the laminated one. And I think I had mentioned you could trace shapes onto it. Maybe if you're using a shape a lot, like we used that circle last time, you could trace the shape on the paper of the sizes, you could multiple sizes, and then laminate it. Probably should have done that first. All right, but that's actually not what we're doing today. We'll just put the paper back on. All right, wait till you see this cute set. Hey, Mary Lou. Oh, I said, how do we already responding to your idea? Clever idea to limit. Yeah. So I'll kind of think, like I said, I'll as I use it, I'll kind of jot down notes of what's good, and then I'll kind of put it all together, maybe as a class or a big video or something. So I'm going to use this new stamp set. So here's the stamp set called Cutest Crew. And it's just really cute. Look at, you get some birds, which you read my email this morning, you see that I'm having a bird problem. Currently, you have some dogs and you have some cute cats, and you have some butterflies, paw prints, and bird prints. Happy birthday, just a little hello. So glad we're friends. Have the best day. So it's really sweet. And then you get the cutouts. So the cutouts will do the whole, I'll show you because we're going to use them, all of them. But then you also have individual cutouts of like solid paper that are the same shape as, so you could put them on top. And you get a little band of paw prints and just stripes. So it's really fun. So this won't be available till March, but the technique I'm going to show you lends itself really well because it's like a long stamp. Again, you can use any stamps, but I figured I would use this one. One, because it's new and I hadn't used it yet. And two, it works well. I lost my other magnet. Well, that's all right. It will appear. So I'm going to make 2 different cards, but show you a couple possibilities. And I'm going to do different colors of my samples because then I can show you the sample. So for this one, I'm going to use, it looks really bright, but it's lemon lolly. So it's actually a lighter yellow. And I'm actually going to turn it this way. If we were last time, you kind of put your stamp wherever you put down and you press, but I'm going to use it this way because we're going to do with the Stamparatus, we called it what did we call it? Was it the hitching technique? Oh, now I forget. I'll think of it. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use just the lines of my graph paper, and that's why it's kind of helpful to have it. I'm just going to line up, and it really, you can really put it anywhere, but I'm just doing it there in case it slips and slides. Now that I have one magnet to use, I'll find it. Um, I always know how to put where to put the paper back. So we're going to use the birds. These are really cute. And I'm going to say I want my birds to be stamped right there. Okay. Now I could certainly put that on a block and stamp it right there, but what I want to do is have it in succession going up. And I could have started from the top and gone down. It doesn't matter. So both of these plates are built kind of the same way. So you have holes to hook into, either the big ones go right in these guys, and then these two little holes hook into these guys. And there's, I don't know if you can see, but there's like spring feet, so they bounce. So this one, oops, this one also has spring feet right here. Hinge technique. Thank you, Mary Lou. That's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, I guess it would be called the same thing. The reason why we called it the hinge because the other one had, it was actually acting like on a hinge. All right, so I want my stamp to go right here. I'm gonna line up my paper and put my magnet down. I'll find the other one. So where I get confused is I keep thinking I want to put this white into the holes, but actually there are two holes right above it. So those lock in right here. That, and then I'm going to push down, and then my stamp is going to be attached to my plate just like that. And what we're going to do, as you probably guess, we're going to go up. So first I need to ink. So I brought two different yellows because I wasn't sure if this lemon lolly ink would be dark enough, but actually that's kind of a good thing. So here's the trick. You try not to get your feet in the ink. So I'm just going to ink it this way. The little ink spots would actually work good for the little ones. All right. And I'm going to attach there, right there, and then press down. And so we have those little feet, they go down. So that's pretty light. Can you see it? You can barely see it. It's pretty light. So what I'm going to do, that's what I kind of thought. You need it a little bit darker because I want you to see it. So we're going to use Daffodil Light. I'm going to put this, well, I'm going to actually put it back where it belonged against those lines. I'm going to ink up this again. Trying not to get the ink in the feet. I'm going to put it right back down. Stamp right on top because it was positioned in the right spot. It goes exactly right on top of the light yellow, so you can't even tell. So now what we're going to do is we're going to ink it again. And I'm just going to go up a step. Push down. And we get the birds going up. Just going to move this down because I don't, two magnets would be better. I don't know where it went. It's probably stuck to something. Ink it again. And we're just going to go up each time. So again, it's similar to how we did that Stamparatus before. We just went this way and we moved down the notches. This way we're just doing it with this little guy. This would work really good if you wanted to, sometimes you like to have the words, like either different words or the same word going down. You just know that it's all evenly spaced and it's exactly where you want it to go. I certainly could have used a block and gone down, but I know I would not have gotten like perfectly in alignment like that. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my chamois. I'm just going to wash it. And then I'm actually going to take it off because we're going to use a different one, the next card. Down. And actually, while I'm here, I'm going to, we're going to use that stamp in a second. So what I already did, I just have to find it. Oh, you know what? I realized I actually wanted to keep that. Let me just put this back on. Let's just pretend. Not that it matters. It doesn't have to be in the exact spot. Okay. So say you wanted, oh, now I found this is what I was looking for. So say you wanted to stamp and then cut. And so, but you wanted to make like multiples of these. So you didn't want to change between the positioning. So what I'm going to do is just have it. Ah, we'll use this piece. This is much bigger than what I was going to use, but I'm going to just put paper on top, and I'm just going to ink it in Memento because I'm going to color it with the blends markers. And just put it on there and press. So then I can wash it and go back to doing that. Or you could take it off, but you do have some options. Okay. So now I would, the die, this is crazy. Like I don't even have many things on my desk, but I'm still losing everything. All right, so you can kind of see like they cut out the whole birds went out. They cut them all out at once. So I actually cut them and then I colored them in case I made a mistake. But you can kind of see you have all the individual cats, you have the individual birds, which is kind of fun. So then you can just even kind of put them on top of each other or play with them, which I'll show you that in the next card. All right, so now that on there, I want that, I'm gonna pop that up. But before I do that, I actually want to stamp some words. So actually I'm gonna put it back down. Put my magnet on there. And I want to say, have the best day. And I'm going to line it up right there. So it's just under those birds. Put that on there. And what color was I using? I think I was going to use this color. Strawberry slush. And just put it right there. There we go. Wash it off. Okay, and now we can put that up. So what I'm going to do is, I brought up new dimensionals. I'm going to actually put dimensionals right on top of the stamped birds because this is going to go right on top of it. So I already know where it's going to go. This will just get lined up right there. Oops. Like that. And then I'll just add a few little gems. Do I have tweezers up here? I have no idea. Some people use, oh, actually, I can use these better than, I can use this because this is what it was made for. And these are the strawberry slush blends. No, dots. I like them. They have kind of 3 different colors on them. They're kind of not quite clear, really pale pink, and then they go up to dark pink. All right, so there we go. So have the best day. And I do the version in blue. So glad we're friends. So nothing complicated, but I just wanted to show you kind of that hinge technique of doing it that way. I think I just added some feet on the bottom of that one. So the next one, we're going to do it similar. We're going to make a cute dog card. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line up my paper. Again, if you wanted the bottom, whatever works for you, but you kind of pick one and then always do that so you always know that it's aligned in the same spot. And I'm just doing a quick look in case my magnet got stuck to something. It will be curious to know, and I hope that they do sell extra magnets. Because if they do, I will be buying. That is really strange. Again, I know they'll pop up somewhere. And if you see them, let me know. But I don't see them on my desk. Okay, so let's just carry on. We are going to do our dogs in the same color, tone on tone as this is Balmy Blue. So we're doing the dog. I already have an example showing you with cat, so I'll show you in a second. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Again, you easily could have put this on a block and stamped up, but it might not be quite in alignment. You know what? No, that won't work. Like I have another magnet, but I need it to be flat. So this one takes up wider space. So I'm going to actually try to center it from side to side so it's in the middle. And I'm going to do, I always want to make sure that the Stampin' Up! Is readable versus that's upside down because that will help you. All right, place that down there. And we're going to ink it, like I said, in the Balmy Blue. Hey, Jim. Hey, happy birthday the other day, and I noticed it was your birthday. The magnets are strong. They're different. They're smaller. I'd say the intensity like of the square footage is the same, but these are smaller. So the other ones seem stronger, but they're strong enough for this, especially since I'm just using one because I can't find my other one. All right. So we're going to put this right on here, stamp, and then we're just going to repeat. We're just going to go all the way up. And then I have 2 different kind of versions of this card to show you that I think you'll like. What I like about these magnets are they have this little flap, so it's much easier to pick them up. They almost look like a battery. Whereas the other ones, they were really hard to pick up. And I did kind of put them, they kind of went together and they didn't shatter. So that's a plus. The other ones sometimes shattered. All right. 2 more. Once you get the rhythm, it kind of goes faster too. Aren't these dogs cute? All right. Oh, so here, that one didn't stamp very dark. So let's do it again. That's kind of the beauty of this is you can just, and I messed it up. All right. Do I have another piece? Again, we had 2 magnets, it wouldn't have slid. Let's see. I do. Let's try that again. Nope, that's not the right color. That's not the right color. That's not the right color. Where's my Balmy Blue? Of course, I only brought up 1/2 sheet of paper. Well, we're gonna do it on Pool Party because I just want. That drives me crazy. And I'd turn it over, but then you'd see it on the inside. Okay. Sorry, guys. But I think you'll like this. All right. So I'm gonna score. And then cut. All right. Okay, who didn't tell me to look on the bottom of this Stamparatus because it is magnetic on both sides? Okay. Oops. Thank you, Mary Lou, for saying it's not bad, but it's a little bit ricochet. Like we'll just do it quick. All right. And we're just going to use the Balmy Blue. Now, this is kind of big for stamping, for inking. I could do it this way. I guess that probably is better for this one. So see how the magnet's underneath? That's okay. It doesn't get in the way. Maybe did it this way. Oh yeah, that works better. So it's a great technique if you want to make multiple cards, like especially like if you come up with something like a stamp like this for Christmas. You could bang a whole bunch of these out quick. Okay, see, that was much faster. Okay, so I can't believe that was underneath the whole time. I could leave it like this. I mean, how cute is that? Yes, Nancy, I could do that too. So that paper won't go to waste. Okay, so I could do something similar like I did with the bird one because I have already stamped and colored that out, or I could, this is the cat one. I just cut out a circle and said just a little hello, and then I cut out, this is one of the cats because you get each of the cats and each of the dogs, you get an individual cutout, cute, and then I got some butterflies. So I could do something like that, and then I just did that on the inside. Or I think you're gonna like this. I can take, if I can find it, the dog dies. Let's see, which are right here. Make sure those are the right ones. I have a little piece of tape. I'm gonna use my, let's not lose that, my machine. And I'm going to cut out, wait till you see this. I'm gonna cut out, I think that's an alignment. I'm just put a little painter's tape there. All right, so I get this, and I can use this on another project, a tag or a card or something. So now I have this space. So what I'm gonna do is take, I already pre-cut, these are all simple layers. I know I didn't tell you the size of anything, but they're all kind of general layers. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I actually probably wouldn't even have to do the white because that's a light color. The cat one that I'll show you, I did because it's a dark purple. So you can either put white or not. And I didn't want to leave that. So what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna make it so it sits nice. I'm gonna take my dimensionals and I'm gonna put them right, I'm gonna put 3. So right kind of in the spaces of the holes. Take these off. And then put these cute little doggies, oops, right on top so that they line up with the cutout. So now when we open that up, we have the dogs on the inside, a little window. Isn't that cute? There are tons of possibilities, and I'm just learning, I'm just playing with it. So there'll be definitely lots more. And then we can stamp. I'll just do the what was the other? This has some fun words. Let's see. Have the best day. So glad we're friends. Just a little hello. It's 2. So glad we're friends. And I don't even have a block, but that's okay because I have this thing. So we're just gonna put this here. Actually, so you know what? You can even use it this way. Let's do it that way. Just because I want my card to be open. That down. I want my stamp to go like that. Now, this is definitely something I would use a block for, but I don't have a block up here. Oh, that's not gonna work. Because it's not wide enough. I was just gonna stamp it that way. So we do have to do it this way. That's right. We'll just go right here. Just because it looks cute having something written inside. Right there. And then it's the, actually we'll use the same glue that we stamped with on the outside. It's just come right there. Presto. There we go. So glad we're friends. And so the other one I did was the cat. So I just did it all on Petunia Pop and have the best day. So you can kind of see them both next to each other. And you can certainly do this same technique with the birds. I just did the birds just as a pop-up on top versus the window. So it's kind of fun, but there are lots of possibilities. There's more than I have yet to explore, but it's kind of cute. And then also as a reminder, Petunia Pop is one of those colors that's retiring at the end of this catalog cycle. So I don't know if it's end of April, maybe the first day or 2 of May. So there's 5 colors. They're the in colors that are retiring. Let's see if I can remember them all. Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, and Peach Pie. Those are all retiring. So if these are colors you like, you might want to get a re-inker or the markers or extra cardstock or whatever. And I would do it sooner than later because they will definitely sell out way before the technical retirement date. All right. So that's what I had. Cute, cute, cute. Just checking the comments here. All right, let's do this right. Here we go. Sorry, it's a little frazzled. I don't know, but losing that magnet really kind of threw me off. Because it really does kind of, the two really do make a difference. So whenever it becomes available to purchase, I will definitely be purchasing extra magnets. And I'm sure they'll have them because I know they did on the other one. So just to recap, if you want to join Stampin' Up, I'd love to have you join my team. You can get this Stampin' Positioner Tool for free. It's $49. That offer is good till March 2nd. If you have any bonus days coupons, you can use them until February 28th. And there's free shipping tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, as long as your order is $75. So if you had bonus day coupons or use Stampin' Rewards, just make sure, like after the deductions of the $5 or whatever your rewards are, that product total still has to be $75 to trigger the free shipping offer. So I just want to let you know that. Okay, so let's see. thank you very much for joining. I know it's February vacation, so I know some of you are away, but some of you are here because of that too, which is kind of nice to have fresh faces on. And if you have any questions about anything, please ask. I do better when I have questions, so I know what you want to know, and I can answer that. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.